In this video, we're going to talk about the different options available to cut your cigar, starting with the guillotine. Welcome to Cigars.com, the cigar industry's online marketplace for premium, small batch cigars delivered right to your door. When it comes to cutting a cigar, the whole idea is to open up airflow so that you can create a smooth drag. And there are many different ways to achieve this. Some of them are straight savage, while the others are exquisite. From a savage standpoint, you can just straight bite that thing off. I mean, if you're camping and in a pinch, it'll get the job done, but it has some flaws. The biggest being that a premium cigar is made of a delicate wrapper, and at the top of that wrapper is a cap. And if you go past that cap, you run the risk of deraveling the cigar, which essentially is going to create a really unpleasant smoking experience. When you examine a cigar closely, you'll notice that there are these lines. These lines represent the cap. Typically there's 3, sometimes there's 2. This cigar is a Cigars.com exclusive, aka the Nutcracker. But if you're not in the woods and don't have to resort to savagery, there are 3 primary ways of cutting a cigar. The first, the V-cut. The second, the guillotine. And the third, the punch cut. When it comes to smoking a cigar, everyone has their own preference. At the end of the day, you're just trying to create a drag. My personal favorite is the guillotine, specifically the double guillotine. The reason the guillotine is so popular is it creates a really nice drag and works on pretty much every type of cigar. It ensures that even, consistent smoke. The goal when cutting a cigar with a guillotine cutter is to not remove too much of the cap. You want to be about 2 to 3 millimeters at most, where you just remove the cap and no extra tobacco, risking the injury to the wrapper. For this demonstration, I'm using a Cigars.com exclusive, the Al Ayacuinta Sold Edition. So you're going to want to go and identify that cap. Look for those rings, and the goal is to remove just the cap, but to not damage any of the tobacco. Let's see if I can do it. If you do it just right, you'll remove just the cap and not leave any tobacco hanging. I'd rank that cut like a 7.7 out of 10. The last thing I want to leave you with is there's 2 different types of guillotine cutters. There's a normal guillotine with 1 blade and a double guillotine with 2 blades. 2 blades is going to ensure that you get that accurate strength when cutting it, which makes a big difference when trying to just straight guillotine that stove. And if you don't have a very sharp one, you run the risk of just having a terrible cut. So I highly recommend investing in a nice double guillotine cutter and enjoying a nice smoke. So there you go. Now you know how to use the guillotine cutter to remove just the tip of the cap, 2 to 3 millimeters at most. In our next video, we'll talk about the V-cut. And if you enjoy this content, we ask you to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And lastly, if you just love stoves and want to connect with people from all over the world who also love stoves, we invite you to join the Cigar Club. This is an online Facebook community of cigar lovers around the world to connect, learn about the hobby, and figure out this beautiful journey of life together. A cigar with friends is a commitment of your time to connect, de-stress, and relax. Thank you for sharing some of your time with me, and I'll see you in the comments.